Hey coaches, appreciate you tuning in to my YouTube channel. This week has all been Tackling 101. I just put out my defensive book, first defensive book I've been able to produce, and that's available if you want to go pre-order it. It's at fbcoachsimpson.com. You can go in the download section, it's there. I also have a free course available in there if you want to kind of see how we do things in the 3-4. You can go to that website for free, download it, and you'll have that course as well. And got other materials that kind of go specifically into our defense, what we do. But this week for me on the channel has been focused on drills that you can take with whatever defense you run. Drills you can take on tackling that are from one-on-one, from the ground up, kind of a very elementary drill, to working spatial tackles, angle tackles. Yesterday we talked about 2-on-1 tackles. These are all on this channel. You can go back and watch them. Today we're going to talk about how we do what we call hip drill, which most teams would probably call a pursuit drill. I want to talk real quickly about why we do things a little bit different. Most teams that are doing a pursuit drill are going to set up cones, and we want to teach you run to the cone. And it's not necessarily that's a bad drill. My theory has also always been we're tackling the ball. So I don't like doing any kind of simulated angles or tackles without a ball carrier. I feel like that's the entire point of defense. And kids a lot of times will lose sight of, why am I running to a cone? We want to run to a ball carrier and talk about how we fit off of that guy, because the game is fluid, and holes open up. We want to teach how we fit. So the way we set this drill up is we pull our guys way tighter than they would normally align. We tell them, hey, look, in a game, if you'll do your job and align wider, this is actually easier for us. We're going to pull everybody inside the hashes, okay? And we're going to make them have to sprint to go cover outside leverage. So we're basically forcing our outside leverage players, which in our defense are usually our corner and outside backer most of the time. They're having to run from space and recognize, oh man, I just got beat. I've got to recover and set an edge, okay? My other players have got to not panic, and they've got to fit inside hip. So here's what I'm talking about. We'll put the coach here. I put up here, we put a camera. We want to film this. And if you want to see this film, it's actually in one of my downloads. I think on our 3-4 system, you got to go to my website. It'll actually show some film of this drill. But basically, the camera's here, the coach is here. Our D-line's all the way over here, because you don't want them in this. It just turns into, they get them before you get upset about it. So they're over there probably working like a heel line drill or a shed drill or something that they're going to use. Could be pass rush, whatever you want to use that's very D-line specific. But our back 8 for us, or if you're forefront, your back 7, are going to work this pursuit drill, okay? So for us, the coach is here, we have ball carriers here, we can do it with a handoff or a toss. I've found that a toss kind of works a little better because it gets them on that edge a lot quicker. Okay, so if let's say we decide we're going to toss the ball to this ball carrier, he is going to run here, and then we give him freedom. We want to give that kid freedom of, hey, if you can beat him on the edge, beat him on the edge, but really for our drill's sake, we want you to stick your foot in the ground and come back. So we want you to stick your foot in the ground and work back, because that makes our other players do things. Now, if you beat the edge guy, kind of a little shake, and he gives up the edge, take it, because we want to make sure we're coaching this guy up to set an edge. So here's what we're coaching. We got 2 contained players that are having to work really hard now because we put them in a bad spot. They got to fly to set outside leverage. So on the snap, he gets the ball, he's in a oh no spot. I got to fly to set outside leverage. I got to fly to set outside leverage, and here's where the hard part comes in. All of your other kids are going to want to panic and think, man, I got to go fly to set outside leverage too, but this whole drill is meant to teach how we operate as a unit. So they're going to play inside leverage. So this guy is running this direction, we're working inside leverage. We're working inside of this guy leverage. We're working inside leverage. We're working inside leverage. And then our backside guys are going to do what we've coached them to do. A lot of times our outside backer here is going to check for reverse, cut back, whatever. And then he's going to take that angle for a fall in. Our corner, same deal. Staying home, and then he's taking that touchdown saving angle. Okay, great drill. A lot of teams run something like this. Just the one little difference we have is we get that ball carrier, that live ball carrier. You got to coach up your kids. They don't smoke this kid, tag off on him, but we want everyone to go tag off on him and work our angles. There's a good chance this dude and this dude don't get to that ball carrier because he ends up going wherever. But we want to make sure they're fitting and they're not committing to overrun. So things you're going to have, and that's why we like that end zone camera. We shouldn't see overlap in players. We shouldn't see players behind other players. We should all be fitting as a unit, giving that kid nowhere to go. And once he's committed, we'll rally to the ball and tag a hip. Okay? But what you'll want to see is this kid right here, because probably since the 3rd or 4th grade, he's an inside linebacker, he's a good dude. He's going to try to go make that tackle. And when he does that, he opens the floodgates for a cutback. So it's really important. On this drill, we work on, we're outside leverage, we're inside leverage, we're cutback. So there'll be times, you know, this kid will fly out here, I'll get a ball from a coach, and I'll take off this way to make sure my, you know, my outside linebacker has stayed home for reverse or whatever else might show up. Real simple drill, we just call it hip drill. It's something we do a lot early, not as much late because we're going to get a lot more team type stuff, but it's something you want to bring out if you're really struggling on how we function as a team, how our unit needs to work together. So, been a good drill for us. Hopefully it can help you guys a little bit. Appreciate you guys' time this week. Next week, I'm going to be talking about offensive line 101. So what is a down block? What is a pull kick? What is a pull wrap? Some simple things that we do in that vein. If you want more materials on my defense, again, I've got that free course on my website. Just go to fbcoachsimpson.com. I think it's in the download section, and you get a free just overview of 3-4. It's like an hour-long course. No problem, no cost, just go get it. If you want to pre-order the book, that's available there as well. If you just want to watch YouTube and do free stuff, good for you too. I appreciate if you'd like and subscribe to this channel. Appreciate your time.